How does a man walk away from $1 million bonus on Wall Street to sell paperback books out of a drafty garage in suburban Washington? In 1994, Jeff Bezos wasn't a billionaire. He was a senior vice president at a hedge fund who noticed a staggering statistic. The internet was growing at 2,300% per year. To a data-driven mind like Bezos, that wasn't just a trend, it was a tidal wave. He knew that if he didn't jump in now, he would spend the rest of his life haunted by the regret minimization framework. So, he packed his bags, grabbed his wife Mackenzie, and drove across the country with a business plan typed on a laptop. Most people saw a bookstore, but Bezos saw a Trojan horse. He wasn't building a shop, he was building a pipe, and that pipe would eventually carry every product on Earth. The world thought he was crazy to leave the safety of New York finance, but Bezos knew something they didn't. This wasn't about books, it was about the math of the future. The early days of Amazon weren't sleek or high-tech. They were gritty, improvised, and remarkably cheap. The first desks at the company were literally made out of wooden doors from a Home Depot because doors were cheaper than actual furniture. This door desk became a symbol of a philosophy that still defines the company today: frugality. While other dot-com startups were spending millions on fancy offices and launch parties, Bezos was obsessed with the customer experience and nothing else. Legend has it that the servers were so loud they blew the fuses in the house, and every time a book was sold, a bell would ring on the computers. At first, the bell rang once or twice a day. Within weeks, it was ringing so often they had to turn it off. They were shipping books to all 50 states and over 45 countries within the first month. The infrastructure was crumbling under the weight of its own success, yet the mission remained clear: be the Earth's largest bookstore. But inside that garage, the blueprint for Earth's everything store was already being drawn. By the late 1990s, the dot-com bubble was a fever dream of easy money and zero logic. Amazon went public in 1997, and suddenly, a company that had never made a cent of profit was worth more than established giants like Barnes & Noble. But then, the music stopped. In the year 2000, the bubble burst, and the carnage was absolute. Pets.com disappeared, Webvan vanished, and Amazon's stock price plummeted from over $100 to barely $6. Critics called it Amazon.bomb. Analysts predicted bankruptcy within months. Yet, while the world was panicking, Bezos was calm. Why? Because while the stock price was falling, the internal metrics were actually improving. More customers were joining, shipping times were dropping, and the flywheel was spinning faster. This was the ultimate test of the long-term philosophy. Bezos told his employees not to look at the stock ticker, but to look at the customers. They survived the crash not through luck, but through a ruthless focus on operational efficiency that their competitors simply lacked. In 2005, Amazon did something that experts called suicidal. They introduced Amazon Prime. For a flat fee of $79 a year, customers got free 2-day shipping on every order. At the time, shipping a single heavy item could cost more than the membership fee itself. Wall Street was horrified. They thought Bezos was essentially giving away the company's profit margin to spoiled customers. But Bezos understood human psychology better than the bankers. Once a customer paid that $79, they felt a sunk cost need to use the service. They stopped checking prices elsewhere. They stopped going to the physical mall. They became Amazon addicts. Prime transformed shopping from a conscious decision into a default habit. It wasn't just a shipping program, it was a moat, a multi-billion-dollar wall that prevented any other retailer from catching up. By the time competitors realized what was happening, Amazon had already secured the loyalty of the most valuable shoppers on the planet. While everyone was focused on the boxes arriving at their front doors, a silent revolution was happening inside Amazon's server rooms. To handle the massive traffic of the holiday season, Amazon had built an incredibly powerful digital infrastructure. But for most of the year, that power sat idle. In 2006, they decided to rent that idle power to other companies. They called it Amazon Web Services, or AWS. It seemed like a weird side project for a retailer, but it was a stroke of genius. Suddenly, startups didn't need to buy expensive servers anymore. They could just rent them from Amazon. Netflix, Pinterest, even government agencies started running on Amazon's backbone. Today, AWS is the secret engine of the company, generating the massive profits that allow the retail side to keep prices low. It is the invisible internet, and Amazon owns the toll booth. This pivot from store to platform is what truly separated Amazon from every other company in history. They became the utility company for the entire digital age. Success for Amazon isn't just about code, it's about physical reality. To fulfill the promise of Prime, they had to conquer the last mile. They built a logistics network that rivals the US Postal Service and FedEx combined. Inside their massive fulfillment centers, a ballet of automation takes place every second. Thousands of Kiva robots spin and glide, bringing shelves to human workers so they never have to walk. Algorithms predict what you're going to buy before you even click order, moving products to nearby warehouses in anticipation. But this efficiency has a dark side. The pressure on human workers is intense, leading to high turnover and public controversy. It is a system designed for maximum output, where every second is measured, every movement is tracked, and every error is analyzed. This relentless drive for optimization is why you can order a toothbrush at 10 a.m. and have it on your porch by 4 p.m. It is a marvel of engineering built on the backs of extreme discipline. Today, Amazon is no longer just a store. It is an ecosystem. When you watch a movie on Prime Video, listen to music on an Echo speaker, or buy organic kale at Whole Foods, you are feeding the machine. Their acquisition of Whole Foods for over $13 billion shocked the grocery industry, proving that no sector is safe from the Amazon effect. They have moved into healthcare, advertising, and even space exploration with Project Cooper. The company's reach is so vast that it has sparked global debates about monopoly power and the future of work. Critics argue they have too much control, while customers continue to vote with their wallets for the convenience Amazon provides. Bezos' vision of the everything store has been realized, but it has evolved into the everything company. They are no longer competing with retailers, they are competing with the concept of inconvenience itself. As we look back at the journey from that Washington garage to a trillion-dollar empire, one phrase stands out in every shareholder letter. It is still day one. This is the core of the Amazon philosophy. Day one means maintaining a startup's curiosity, its willingness to fail, and its obsession with the customer. Day two, according to Bezos, is stasis, followed by irrelevance, followed by a painful decline, and then death. The business lesson here is profound. The moment you think you've made it, you've already started to lose. Amazon's legacy isn't just about e-commerce, it's about the power of the long-term view. They were willing to be misunderstood for decades to build something that would last. Whether you love them or fear them, you cannot ignore them. The garage is gone, but the mindset remains. Because in the world of Amazon, the race never ends, and it is always, always day one. I hope this deep dive gave you a new perspective on the strategies and the relentless mindset behind these global icons. If you enjoy deconstructing business empires and tech legends in this Tech Archive style, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications. That way, you will never miss a new blueprint of history. For those of you ready to explore more boardroom coups and technological breakthroughs, I have handpicked 2 videos for you right here on the screen. Click one to keep watching. I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.